Palmer sent me a thing the other day. We got to talk about this for a minute. This is from Wired.com. Friday, July 3rd. Here's the headline, which I already disagree with. We need a new Legend of Zelda cartoon. Hot take, no. I'll get there. The Legend of Zelda games have an amazing sense of adventure that ought to translate well to an animated series, but video game journalist Blake J. Harris says that Nintendo's only attempt at a Zelda cartoon in 1989 is spoiled by its unlikable protagonist. Quote, there was nothing that showed me that Link was loyal to anyone or treated other people like family or respectfully, or did things for the right reasons, Harris says in episode 421 of the Geek's Guide to the Galaxy podcast. So I was like, this guy is just a smug jerk. Fantasy author Erin Lindsay agrees that Link's personality completely ruins the show. She's particularly annoyed by his sexist attitude towards Princess Zelda. He literally catcalls the princess at the 59-second mark of the whole show, Lindsay says, and just about every episode he makes a totally unwanted pass at her. But Geek's Guide to the Galaxy host David Barr Kirtley enjoys many aspects of the show, particularly the way it faithfully incorporates the music, sound effects, monsters, and items from the original game. If they do another animated show, I just hope they would keep the sound effects and video game elements, which does set it apart from other cartoons that stray pretty far from the actual game. Science fiction author Zach Chapman would like to see another Zelda cartoon, but thinks it should take a cue from the games and avoid giving Link any dialogue. Quote, I'd love to see Genndy Tartakovsky, the guy who did Samurai Jack, do a take on Zelda. He says you could actually have a silent protagonist who doesn't speak and who's only doing heroic things. So it continues on. I'll spare you their notes on the Assassin's Creed movie, but here's one of the hosts on the Legend of Zelda cartoon show, which is another reason why I disagree with this article entirely. There was a show called the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and that was total false advertising. It was not a super show at all. Full stop. Shut up. You're wrong.
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show!
But every Friday, they would have a Legend of Zelda cartoon, and those were amazing. I taped all of them on my VHS tapes, and I just watched them over and over again. Long story short, the guy loved Zelda, didn't like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Here's my take. Do we need a new Legend of Zelda cartoon? No. Enough is enough. We have everything under the sun being reinvented. You name it, we've done it. We've bastardized everything that we've loved. We've eaten up every piece of content and spit it back out, sometimes worse than before. So science fiction author Zach Chapman wants to see Genndy Tartakovsky's take on this thing. Listen, we can't give everything to Genndy Tartakovsky or J.J. Abrams or Taika Waititi or Jon Favreau or Joss Whedon. Those guys need to go do new things. We need new things all the time. Okay? This year is the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. Do I want to see it redone? No. Was I entertained mildly by the deepfake with Robert Downey Jr. as Christopher Lloyd in Doc Brown's shoes and Tom Holland as Marty McFly? Yeah, it was interesting to see what technology can do with it. Do I want to see those actors take on those roles? No. Get the hell out of here. I want them to be Iron Man and Spider-Man. And then I want them to do the next thing. I don't want them to be those characters forever. Is Link flawed in the Legend of Zelda 1989 cartoon series? Of course. He says, excuse me, princess, more times in an episode than I change my underwear in a week. It's not great.
Hey, excuse me, princess.
Is it memorable? Yes. Is it perfect? No. The things that we love don't have to be perfect, and they don't have to be reinvented so everybody else can like them more. Link is a smarmy 1989 bully who's trying actively always to get the girl. He's a jock with a sword, and in 1989 we were okay with that. Was Link a jerk in the Legend of Zelda 1989 cartoon series? Absolutely. He was a jock with a magic sword, and he wanted to defeat a pig and get the girl. And that's all he could think about. Kill the pig, get the girl. Excuse me, princess.
Hey, excuse me, princess.
That's it. There was no roundabout character development for a cartoon hero in 1989. Knowing when something has passed its prime is fine. Would I buy Genndy Tartakovsky concept art of Link from Breath of the Wild? Sure I would. Why not? It's probably going to be beautiful. Do I want to watch an entire series? No. Because I never got to watch Primal. I never got to finish Samurai Jack all the way through. And what he's done is fine. Sometimes you just have to leave well enough alone. Do I think Super Mario Brothers needs another live-action movie? No, because I love how ridiculous that movie is. I love that my favorite video game characters were brought to life. Leave stuff alone. Wired you got it wrong this time. We do not need a new Legend of Zelda cartoon. That's my take. Feel free to disagree with me, but